There comes a sacred moment in life when the noise of the world fades, and what remains is only what truly matters. It's not the titles, it's not the trophies, it's not the rush of youth, it's not the applause, it's something far more profound. It's the quiet dignity of still feeling alive, still feeling desire, still feeling connected, still feeling like a man, even after 60, because when the years gather on your shoulders and the calendar turns, no one prepares you for the silence that can settle in your body. The changes you once laughed off now knock more loudly, and perhaps the hardest silence of all is the one that begins between you and your most intimate self. You may not speak of it often, maybe not even aloud, but deep inside, there's a question that stirs late at night when the lights are low and the world is quiet. Am I still whole? Am I still a man? Can I still a man? Can I still love, still give, still feel what I used to? This isn't vanity. This isn't ego. This is the very core of your masculinity speaking, the desire to remain connected, not just to another body, but to your own. To not lose that sense of power, of presence, of intimacy. You want to hold your partner close, not just with arms, but with spirit, and body, and strength. And when that part of you starts to dim, it can feel like something sacred is slipping away. But let me tell you something that matters deeply. It's not over, not by a long shot. What you feel now is not an ending, but a beginning, a doorway to something new, because the truth is, sexual health isn't just about what happens in the bedroom, it's about how you live your life. Every choice you make either builds you up or breaks you down. And the most powerful medicine, it doesn't come in a bottle. It doesn't come with a prescription. It comes in the form of habits, choices, rhythms, rituals that restore you, renew you, and remind your body that it still belongs to a man who cares. The road back to vitality is not paved with shame or regret. It's paved with awareness, with attention, with 3 simple habits that, when embraced daily, have the power to awaken what you thought was gone, to bring back the fire, the flow, the confidence, and the sacred connection between your mind, your body, and your desire. These aren't gimmicks. These aren't tricks. They are disciplines rooted in nature, in science, and in the lived wisdom of men who refuse to give up. And the first habit, it begins in the breath, in movement, in the sacred practice of walking, not for exercise, not to count steps, but as a declaration that your body is still your own. When you walk, something ancient stirs, your blood flows, your heart speaks, and most importantly, your circulation improves. Because impotence, at its core, is often not about performance. It's about blood, flow, vessels, energy. Every single step you take tells your arteries, wake up, move, flow again. Walking 30 minutes a day may seem small, but it is an anthem of healing. It tells your nervous system to calm down, your hormones to balance, and your muscles to remember their strength. It's not about speed, it's about presence, about consistency, about rhythm. And when you walk each day, you walk toward your manhood, not away from it. But what is movement without nourishment? The second habit begins on your plate. Because food is not just sustenance, it is information. It tells your cells who you are. And when you fill your plate with color, with leafy greens, ripe berries, oily fish, nuts, seeds, fruits, you are feeding your future. You are unclogging your vessels. You are raising your testosterone. You are choosing desire, one bite at a time. Processed food is the enemy of intimacy. Sugars, fried foods, chemicals, they rob your strength. They confuse your hormones. They choke your arteries. But real food, whole food, the kind that grows from the earth and swims in clean water, that food makes you feel alive again. It brings color to your skin, clarity to your mind, and yes, it brings blood where it matters most. Imagine a meal not as fuel, but as a ritual, a ceremony to honor your masculine health. Each morning, you wake and drink a glass of lemon water. You eat fruit that's alive with antioxidants. You choose oatmeal instead of white bread. You say yes to salmon, avocado, olive oil. You snack on walnuts instead of chips. Each choice, no matter how small, is a step closer to vitality. You're not just feeding your body. You're reawakening your masculinity from the inside out. But even with movement and nutrition, there is a third habit without which the others cannot reach their full power. It is the habit of rest, of recovery, of sleep. Because your body is a temple, and even temples need stillness. Sleep is not laziness, it is repair. It is where your testosterone is born again, where your cells regenerate, where your brain resets and your stress hormones decline, and when stress goes down, desire rises. Men who sleep less than 6 hours a night are far more likely to experience sexual dysfunction, not because they're broken but because they're tired. And a tired man cannot give love fully. A tired man cannot feel strength fully. A tired man loses connection not just with his partner, but with himself. So you must protect your sleep like a sacred practice. Dim the lights, turn off the screens, let your room be cool, dark, and quiet. Create a rhythm, a time to wind down, to breathe, to let go of the day. And in that silence, your body will begin to trust again. It will know you are listening. It will respond, because you are not a machine. You are not meant to grind and perform endlessly. You are meant to rise and rest, to move and restore, to feel and to heal. When these three habits come together, movement, nourishment, and rest, something profound happens. Your body remembers, your blood flows, your desire stirs, not as a desperate hunger, but as a sacred invitation to connect, to love, to feel like yourself again. You don't need pills to be a man. You don't need chemicals to feel passion. What you need is attention, intention, and the courage to say, I choose to live fully, even now, especially now, because aging is not a curse, it is a crown, a badge of stories survived, of love given, of strength tested. But it is not the end of passion. It is not the death of connection. It is simply a call to care more deeply. The body you have now, this sacred, imperfect, miraculous body, it still longs to serve you. It still longs to feel joy, to give pleasure, to receive love, but it needs you, not to punish it, not to hate it, but to love it back to life. Every breath you take, every meal you prepare, every step you walk, every night you rest, these are not small acts. These are sacred offerings, and over time, they add up. They become change, they become healing, they become the quiet return of strength, confidence, intimacy, and peace. You are not alone. Millions of men feel what you feel, but few are told that healing is possible, that impotence is not destiny, that passion is not reserved for the young, that masculinity is not measured in years, but in how you care for yourself, how you show up, and how you love. So today, make the choice, not for someone else, not for an image, but for you. Choose to walk, even if it's slow. Choose to eat what gives life, not what takes it. Choose to rest like your future depends on it, because it does. And as you do, you will see it, you will feel it, the return of something sacred, the soft fire of desire, the steady pulse of life, the quiet strength of knowing you are still a man, not a man of the past, but a man rising now, a man reborn by habit, a man restored by intention, a man who chooses every day to be fully alive. And that is the most powerful medicine of all.